the unexpected star of the gun market. Would you believe that one of the fastest selling guns in America right now isn't a Glock, SIG, or AR-15? For decades, lightweight, polymer semi-automatics have dominated gun counters. But lately, an old favorite has spun its way back into the spotlight, the Revolver. Yes, the same classic wheel gun that many thought belonged to a bygone era is suddenly flying off the shelves. According to new figures from the National Shooting Sports Foundation, NSSF, Revolver sales jumped roughly 20% in the past 2 years, far more than the modest growth seen in semi-autos. Smith & Wesson alone reported a staggering 35% boost in 2022. This isn't just a wave of nostalgia or cowboy movie fantasy. It's a real data-driven shift. Something in the mindset of American gun buyers has changed. And today, we're digging into exactly what that is. The start of the Revolver revival. In this video, we'll explore the forces driving this comeback, the people fueling it, and the modern models leading the charge. Whether you're a lifelong shooter or thinking about purchasing your first firearm, you might find yourself rethinking the humble Revolver by the end. Walk into nearly any gun store, from small-town shops to big city dealers, and you'll notice the same thing. Cases that were once dominated by polymer pistols now showcase a surprising variety of revolvers. And they're not gathering dust, they're selling fast. Simplicity, the Revolver's greatest strength. So what's causing this shift? First and foremost, simplicity. Revolvers are famously intuitive. No magazines to load, no slides to rack, no complex safety systems or malfunction drills. Just load, close, aim, and pull the trigger. For many buyers, especially those who value reliability in high-stress situations, that mechanical straightforwardness is gold. When adrenaline spikes and fine motor skills fade, the Revolver's point-and-shoot nature becomes an undeniable advantage. Reliability and longevity over time. Reliability isn't the only reason. There's also durability. Revolvers are usually built from solid steel or aluminum alloy rather than polymer. That makes them heavier, but also incredibly tough. A well-maintained wheel gun can easily outlive its owner and still fire flawlessly 50 years later. Collectors and longtime shooters know this, and they see revolvers not just as tools, but as heirlooms. Their craftsmanship and mechanical precision give them personality, something many shooters say modern pistols lack. Value and collectability. Another factor, resale and collector value. Semi-autos, especially polymer ones, tend to lose value over time. Revolvers, by contrast, often appreciate, particularly classic or limited-run models from Colt, Ruger, or Smith & Wesson. Some iconic guns like the original Colt Python or Smith & Wesson Model 29 have become prized collectibles worth thousands. That investment potential makes revolvers appealing to buyers who want both function and financial value. A cultural and aesthetic comeback. Beyond mechanics and money, revolvers are enjoying a cultural renaissance. Movies, streaming series, and video games have reintroduced them to younger audiences. Think of Red Dead Redemption, Call of Duty, or modern westerns, all helping to restore the revolver's image as powerful, classic, and undeniably cool. Social media has amplified that effect. Gun influencers and shooting channels now spotlight revolvers not as antiques, but as modern defensive tools and artistic expressions of American gun heritage. Modern innovation meets old-school design. Manufacturers have noticed this wave of enthusiasm and are modernizing the wheel gun for the 21st century. Colt revived its legendary Python, King Cobra, and Anaconda lines with smoother triggers and stronger frames. Smith & Wesson expanded its Performance Center series with precision-tuned internals. Ruger's LCR series combined polymer frames with stainless cylinders for lighter concealed carry. The result? Revolvers that retain the soul of the originals but feature the reliability, ergonomics, and accuracy modern shooters expect. Who's buying them? And why? The customer base is surprisingly diverse. New shooters appreciate their simplicity and ease of use. Women are a growing segment, drawn to lightweight hammerless designs like the S&W 642 Airweight that are snag-free and comfortable to carry. Collectors are driving up second-hand prices for vintage models from the 70s and 80s. Concealed carry permit holders prefer compact snub-nosed revolvers for reliability and deep concealment. Younger shooters, influenced by pop culture and aesthetics, view revolvers as retro cool statement pieces. Engineering upgrades and performance gains. Modern revolvers are also technically better than ever. Manufacturers are using lighter alloys, improved heat treatments, and smoother double-action triggers. New models like the Smith & Wesson 627 or Ruger Redhawk boast 8-round cylinders, closing the gap with compact semi-autos. Sights have evolved too. Fiber optic fronts, adjustable rears, and even optic-ready rails for red dot setups. Features once unimaginable on wheel guns are now standard. Caliber flexibility and practical power. Then there's ammo versatility. A single Mach-10 357 Magnum revolver can safely fire both 357 Magnum and .38 special rounds, giving shooters flexibility in recoil and cost. Other models chamber powerful rounds like .44 Magnum, .45 Colt, 10mm, or even .454 Casull, capable of taking down large game or defending against bears. That adaptability appeals to hunters, hikers, and anyone wanting a firearm that bridges self-defense and outdoor utility. The revolver versus semi-auto debate? Of course, the age-old comparison remains. Semi-autos dominate in sheer capacity and quick reloads. A Glock 19's 15 rounds beat most 6-shot revolvers on paper. But revolvers trade capacity for near-absolute reliability. There's no magazine to fail, no slide to jam, and no stovepipes to clear. For people who value consistency over volume, like concealed carriers or homeowners who want a grab-and-go bedside gun, that trade-off feels worth it. Accessibility and ease of operation. Revolvers also shine for those with limited hand strength or minimal training. There's no slide to rack, no external safety, no magazine release to fumble. Just aim and pull. This makes them appealing to older adults, smaller frame shooters, or anyone wanting the most straightforward self-defense platform possible. Not just a fad, a market shift. Is this just a temporary trend? The numbers say otherwise. Revolvers are carving out a growing share of the market, and manufacturers are investing heavily in new models. Training schools are even adding revolver-specific courses again, something unheard of just a few years ago. What we're witnessing isn't nostalgia, it's rediscovery. Shooters are realizing that simplicity, craftsmanship, and reliability never go out of style. The emotional side of the comeback. There's also an emotional appeal. Owning a revolver connects shooters to history, from Old West cowboys to mid-century detectives. Each click of the cylinder and each smooth pull of the trigger feels tangible, mechanical, honest. It's a kind of connection that polymer pistols rarely deliver. For many, that connection makes shooting more personal, less about firepower and more about experience. The future of the wheel gun. Manufacturers are betting big that the revolver's renaissance will continue. Expect to see even lighter carry models, hybrid materials, optics-ready options, and improved triggers. The next generation of wheel guns will blend heritage and innovation in ways that keep them relevant well beyond this decade. Whether you're a collector, a concealed carry owner, or simply someone who appreciates solid craftsmanship, there's never been a better time to revisit the revolver. These guns have proven they're not relics. They're reliable, powerful, and uniquely satisfying to shoot. So what about you? Would you choose a revolver over a semi-auto for everyday carry or home defense? Drop your thoughts below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. The wheel gun has officially spun back into America's heart, and this time, it's here to stay.